Blog Talk Radio.
Still tramp and paralyze Babylon. Just so you to antagonize Babylon. Still tramp and paralyze Babylon. Rise body and it's uprising. Okay, bullet no turn back. The one of them afraid of gunshot. Put up on rubber down. The one of them where you come shot. Bullet no turn back. Police afraid of gunshot. Alright. They get to use them turn. God killer. That be them the thriller. Shoot slave master. It's a map for them pillar. Some rock sticks on them. You can lock down the scheme on the villa. People that come see ya. Bull up the bank and we burn no dirty nigga. Gun Babylon, them is a nasty dirty trigger. Instead of say a dime and the mighty life liver. Every morning, salon to be down a river. Here I bring the jump prophecy fulfill ya. But like it try, Rastafari, I build ya. You tabos them pistol barrel, a spin like windmill ya. Magazine, me wanna load and a refill ya. I saw me tell you, bully no done back, police afraid of gunshot. We know for them, the one of them way I come chat. Bully no done back, the way them afraid of gunshot. Alright, gotta be happy. This ramp and paralyze Babylon. Get a youth to antagonize Babylon. Kill swamp and paralyze. You see Babylon, them off the dead part.
Yo. In Black America. What up? Yeah, man. Rasta. Introduce yourself.
Yo, this Big Smoke in the building another week.
You know what I mean? So we out here doing this thing again. The topic of the day, what in the hell is going on in the conscious community? You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about, you know what I'm saying, how you could tell the real from the frauds. I'm going to explain things that repeat itself. I'm 35 years old, but I'm a child of a parent who got conscious at 19 and raised her children up, you know what I'm saying? And we went through all of that. All of the things that they help hypothesizing now, I was a child living that. So I could talk about a lot of certain things, you know what I'm saying, that these people talking about. So that's me. And Smoke, yeah, talk about who you are.
I'm just me, man. Nah, man. I mean, I just grew up. I can't say I was religious growing up, man. I mean, my moms, my aunts, and family, they had the Christian background. I can remember going to church like the last time, maybe like when I was like 10 or whatever. It just never really stuck with me. But I didn't grow up with so-called consciousness. Like I didn't know any of the information. You know what I mean, when it came to, like, our history and just, like, biblical stuff. Like, I didn't know any of that stuff. Church it just didn't fit with me. So, I mean, I came also into just having some sort of consciousness when I went to college, you know what I mean? That was, like, around 97, 98. So, I'm still growing, still learning. You know what I mean? I came a long way from a kid. You know what I mean? So, but it's all progress. It's all progress. You know what I mean?
So what's the first thing, I guess, that introduced you into the knowledge?
First thing that I got introduced into, I mean, really just the people I was associating with. You know, I mean, it seemed like it was meant to be when I look back at it, you know what I'm saying? But it's just, my association. You know what I mean? People that I've been around, you know what I mean? Like my homie Brock, my man Doug, you know what I'm saying? They was like the first people to like really show me books like Malachi Z. York books, the Metronetta book, back in the day, they had all of that. Destruction of Black Civilization. Like I saw all of those books back in like 97, 98, but I wasn't reading them. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's why I say it's like it's progress or whatever. But they was the first to bring it on. So for me, it was just my associations. You know what I mean? Everyone I was around.
So describe like what it was not to be conscious, because see, that's what I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? So, well, you know what? Before you describe that, let me talk about me then. When I was coming up, I came up with a mother who was already conscious So we grew up as Nyabingi Rastas. So I'm coming up vegetarian in the 80s. You know what I'm saying? With the crack and the cocaine in the house. You know what I'm saying?
And that's when everybody was looking at it like really weird.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, this shit was crazy. Like, when you watch, like, New Jack City and shit like that, and they talking about the Ronald Reagans and, you know, the Just Say No and all that, that was me as a kid growing up, you know what I'm saying, on Flatbush, you know what I'm saying, going to PS 92 and having the crack vials and the kids. I'm in the 5th grade, and they like, yo, we got Uzis, and open up the book bag, and I'm like, oh, no, I'm good, you know what I'm saying? Shit, like, I'm a kid still. But it's like all of that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I remember all of that. I remember going down 42nd Street with the fucking transvestites. First time I ever seen a transvestite was, like I said, the 80s. Big, tall, black nigga walking and shit, holding a small white dude's hand, like with like a trench coat and like a suitcase and glasses and shit. And I'm looking at this shit, and I'm looking at my mother like, yo, he don't know that's a dude? My mother like, yo, that's how I be out here. That's when you see all of the peak shows, and you put a quarter and shit like that. And I was a kid, I was like, yo, I can't wait till I get older, yo. I'm going to have a bunch of quarters. And just be inside there, just ching-ching, ching-ching. You know what I'm saying? That's before Giuliani, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's before Giuliani. But that's how it was when I was growing up. You know what I'm saying? We went to when Mandela came to the United States. Mandela came to, with the whole 42nd Street, we was going someplace, you know, so I can't remember where we was going, though. But I remember we also, like a good part, we went through Manhattan, Broadway. We saw the whole Broadway shit and things like that. That shit was dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, just coming out of Brooklyn, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, just to be in Manhattan during that time, it was like, yo, I used to think like, yo, I used to see a bum in Manhattan. I used to be like, yo, how could it be a bum in Manhattan? This is Manhattan. This is where all the money at. You know what I'm saying? Like, you go back to Brooklyn where you know the slum is, and that's how it is. But when Mandela came to New York, we saw Mandela from afar in Brooklyn, and then my mother, you know what I'm saying, jumped on the train and shit. We went up to Harlem, and then we in the front row of where Mandela's speaking. So as a child, I saw Mandela, you know what I'm saying, speaking as he came home from apartheid. You see what I'm saying? This is how I grew up, you know what I'm saying, active with that. And going with the Rastas from Brooklyn all the way down to Georgia and shit like that. And so we did all of that stuff, you know what I'm saying. They have the Rasta Elders. They made a CD and all of that shit when I was a kid. And that's just on the internet, you know what I'm saying, like Ross Pital and all that stuff like that, and Ross Twiney and Sister Bubbles and all of that. So it's like we grew up in that life, you know what I'm saying? I grew up where motherfuckers used to be like, oh, you don't eat meat? So what you eat? Like, so how you know what I'm saying? They ask a weird question. Like now, if you ask somebody, everybody's a vegan, you know what I'm saying? But when I was growing up, yeah, now everything is hip now, but it's like when I was growing up, people was like, how, you don't eat meat? Like, that shit was like a phenomenon, you know what I'm saying? Like, the shit was just crazy.
Well, you know, my family wasn't into none of that, you know what I mean? We was eating, you know, we had the ribs and we had the, you know what I mean, the ham hocks with the collard greens and all of that. You know, I don't know anybody who was vegetarian in my family, you know what I mean? So, like, just like, I guess with the, you know, the knowledge and information you would define as, like, conscious, somebody being conscious or conscious family, conscious people or whatever, I would say we wasn't. But what I was thinking about was you talking was, like, we had a good family structure, you know what I mean? It was just, like, everyone, you know, was helping each other. You know, we all got along with each other. You know, the family, you know, our grandmother's there, our grandfather's there. He's cooking every Sunday. You know what I'm saying? So we had a good family structure. So kind of the downfalls of what can happen to you by not being conscious, that was kind of offset by having a good family. It was making sure we wasn't, doing things too crazy, staying out the streets. My grandmother, our cousins want to, take us outside late night. My grandmother would be looking out the window like, nah, we would, during the time, we thinking like, grandma's she's trying to spoil the fun for us. But, I was just really keeping an eye on it because, those streets on Rockaway over there, back in them days, people was getting puked on them corners. So, like the family structure was more so like, it was strong. So I think that offset a lot of the pitfalls of, just not being conscious,
Yeah, man. Like I said, my sister, my hate that I can't.
Muffler.
Oh, I said my sister, and I hate that I can't quote it correctly, but it's like, we was born in America, but outside of America. We had to grow up, studying America. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's how we grew up. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had to watch Black Americans and things of this nature. You know what I'm saying? Like, the shit was, like, weird. So it's like, I used to say to myself, I used to be like, damn, you know what I'm saying? I don't really want to mess with a Black American chick because she don't got no culture. Because that's how I'm looking at it. But then as I get older and I understand what culture is, I'm like, wait a minute. How the hell is all these people's shit culture, but when Black Americans have it, it's not considered culture? I said, this is a game. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I say I don't play the culture game no more. Because if you're going to say that a Jamaican's culture is the dancing is whining, the music is dancehall or reggae, the food is curry gold and stuff like that, and then tell a Black American he don't have culture because of rap and R&B and jazz and blues and folk, not folk music, rock and roll and ragtime and fucking all of the different genres we created, right? All the multiple dances we created, all the multiple foods and stuff we created and stuff like that. And then you're gonna turn around and say that's not culture? Like, that's why I'm like, yo, get out of here, man. I can't. It's see, the whole thing when it comes to Black Americans that Black people don't understand is this: the difference between Black Americans than every other Black person is the Black American and the white American was brought up not to mix, even though the white American was still breeding with the Black woman, right? The whole thing was really to separate the races, because the Spanish whites that interacted with the Blacks, they openly mixed and dealt with their offsprings, right, their mulattoes. The whites that in America, the Anglo whites, they bred and sold their mulattoes off. You see what I'm saying? As profit. This is a different type of breed right here. You see what I'm saying? So these dudes right now, they yo, Smoke.
Yeah, I'm here.
Right, so
I'll let you flow. You hear something in the background?
You saw what happened? You hear me?
Nah, I can hear you. Loud and clear.
Testing. All right, you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, so check it. So where I was at? All right, so check it. All right, so check it. So you want to just get into it?
Yeah, we can just get into it, man. That little hiccup just disrupted the flow off.
Yeah. I'm trying to get some. Yeah, I was trying to guess my damn volume and shit, and then forgot my damn point, but it was going somewhere. I'll get back to it. It's nothing. I'll bring it back in the next show when I listen, and I'll pick up where I left off at, and just wrap it up. You know what I'm saying? And I'll just get straight to the point. But yeah, what the hell going on the conscious community? Like what you see? What you notice?
I mean, shit. I mean, the big topic right now is the Jew man versus Polite. That's like the number one joint that's going on in here, you know what I'm saying? The Sonetta production. So you got that going on, and it's pretty much like not so much the event itself, you know what I mean? Like, you know, it's the normal promotion for that, but you seeing like just going into all the other platforms and just, you know, peeping around and just watching different videos or whatever. You see like the people that support it. You know what I mean? Like coming in and
wait. Pause for a second. Excuse me. I just thought about what I was saying. Let me put a pause on Polite real quick. I just thought about what I was saying. The importance of the black man in America. The thing with the black man in America is that's different from the other ones is they embrace their children with the white Americans sold theirs off. Right, the mulattoes off. So these black Americans, we grew up separate coming up. You see what I'm saying? We had a fight with this white dude. You see what I'm saying? With a lot of these other dudes, they ain't really even had a fight with them. They don't even acknowledge racism, so they don't even acknowledge the black people in other Latin American towns and shit. That's what we're trying to adopt to. They're trying to adopt us now to the Latin Americans because the Anglos is about to die off. You see what I'm saying over here? And the Latin Americans, they don't acknowledge race. You see what I'm saying? So that's why the Latinos, they sign under white, if you pay attention, even at my job, which is a reference to I'm conscious and I work for the white man. Yeah, work for the white man, understand what's going on, peep game, and bring that shit back to the community. You're not selling out. You the spook that sat behind the door. And when you do your work, check the race of people while you typing up these stuff inside these cubicles. And what you're going to notice is Asians and Latinos, they're under white. So when you hear the white population is increasing and the black population is, you don't even know what the hell's going on. They're not talking about Anglo-whites. When the last time you saw a natural blonde Anglo-white? Even the Anglo-whites permanent and bleaching and blonding their hair and got weave. That's why they got fat asses and stuff right now. These are mulattoes. These are mulattoes and a few whites in between. These are mulattoes y'all looking at that's posing as whites. That's why they got the body that they're juicing up and all kind of shit like that. That's why, look at TV. Think about, this shit is crazy, man. This shit is,
because, I mean, like, when you mentioning, like, the Asians, like, and Latinos, they basically represent white. That kind of ties into, like, the cop that killed the boy in New York. It was it Pink Houses? Peter Liang, the cop that killed the Asian cop.
The Chinaman, right? The Chinaman,
Now, you see the Asians, they are protesting now for him to, you know what I mean, to pretty much beat that case. So it pretty much ties into what you're saying, man. It's like these people, they want to be the oppressor. They carry along that mind state when it comes to us, you know what I mean?
That's right. And that's what they screaming. That's why they keep screaming, oh, if he was white, because the whole shit is, why we can't kill a nigga? Why we can't kill a nigga and get away with it? If I was white, because and what they do is they breathe down, just like Rubio and Cruz. You see what I'm saying? They know that they can't breathe down their last names. But look how they act. Look at Bobby Jindal. he can't breathe down his face and his color. But he's Indian, he's fronts like he's white and got a picture of himself painted as a white man. This whole white thing, which I do agree with the Moors, it's a color scheme and it's a privilege, but you adopting that white thing is retarded, Moors. That's retarded.
But see,
you know what I'm saying?
See, like, even more importantly, it's like, when you look at Asians, businesses be all in our hoods. We the ones who be supporting them and making the money. They make out their money off of. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can understand supporting someone in your race or whatever. But I mean, it's obvious that this man is guilty of whatever they charge him for. He shot an unarmed man. You had your gun out.
Yeah.
This is crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's like something got to happen. And for them to actively protest, I mean, when you have a certain theme going on in your community, that's fine. You know what I mean? You go to China.
Wait. Let me ask you a question, Smoke. Wait. Let me ask you a question, Smoke. Why wasn't they out there protesting when he got shot?
Exactly.
If you came to protest the killer, why the fuck you ain't come out when the victim got shot? That means you got the fucking balls in the community support to come out and organize. But you ain't even organized to say, damn, man, this black man, and these are the people that we're in their community taking their money, and this black man got shot, and he was innocent, and he didn't commit no crime. He was just walking up the stairs and got shot. Oh, damn, black man. No, they didn't do none of that shit. But then when their killer, who killed a black man, gets sentenced, they want to scream, oh, if he was white, he would have got off. Wait a minute, you still saying fuck that black man. So that protest is a fuck that black man protest.
You know what I'm saying? So
we want white privilege.
So the next question is why we still supporting them.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Why we still support the Asians when they're supporting the killing unarmed black people? Why are we still supporting Asians? Because they openly saying we want white privileges also to kill blacks who we don't like either, and we're in their community dealing with them. We're taking the place of the Jews. We're taking the fucking place of the Jews. We're taking the fucking place of the Jews. And we want the right to kill them too. And then after them is going to come the Latinos if we don't step the fuck up. Because if you watch that Chinese show, Get Off the Boat or whatever, Get on the Boat, in the early season, you got to watch like the second episode of the first season or some shit. They got it. I didn't see it, but my girl told me that they got an episode where the Chinese dude is like, yo, I know I'm the bottom of the barrel of the race chart in America, and I have to work my way on up. You know what he did? Snuffed a black kid. He snuffed a black kid to work his way up the ladder. Snuffed a black kid to work his way. See, and the silly-ass Hebrews think, oh, it's a curse on us. And see, the Bible, let me turn to this page right here, and let me turn to this page right here, and let me tell you, this is what's silly about the Hebrews, right, in my opinion. Take everything that you're saying about the Bible and then write down Panare. I'm going to spell it again. Panare. Paneer Indian. Bible. And read what happened to the Paneer Indians in 1970. What happened to them was the Christian missionaries tried to convince the Paneer Indians that to convert to Christianity. A lot of the words that the Europeans use, like sin, hell, forgiveness, repenting, these aren't native words. So that's not part of our reality. So what they did was they rewrote the Bible and said that the ancient Paneer Indians killed Jesus, and God cursed them. And if they want to go to heaven and don't burn in, go to heaven, have to repent to God. And if they don't, then they're going to burn into eternity into the flames of hell. So they started to teach that to the Paneer Indians. So then the Paneer Indians, the woman first. So like I said, the woman is naturally is supposed to be the leader of the clan because she's the one that birthed everyone. The man is supposed to be the protector of her. The children are the next generation. And that's how the story goes. So she stood up and said, I don't want to burn in the fire. I accept Jesus in my life. And then the rest of the clan stood up and said, I don't want either. And they all pledged to that. And then the next generations go on forth and on forth. And that's how that happened. Another example, go Google Black Jesus Peru. And what you're going to find out there is they have a statue of a black Jesus, and they pray to a black Jesus in Peru. And Judas is black, but every other character is white. So I think it's interesting that a black Judas, who in the story is a traitor, is betraying a black Jesus, keeping up, but everybody else is white. So it's keeping up that I can't trust another black person because even Judas betrayed Jesus, which is a black man betraying another black man. That's basically
the idea that the stories be putting out there. That's crazy.
Yeah, remember I told you in what show was that? I can't think of what the show. Oh, Superstitions and Religion. These white people sat there and said, yo, there's a Christian named Perseverus John or something like that. He's a Christian king, and he has a kingdom over Congo, and he's the leader of, and we're going to go down there and we're going to shit. They make stories up. These guys are storytellers. And what happened with us is they came with a story. They came with a hustle, because you got to realize when we would. Wait, you know what? This is what I'm gonna say. That way we can move back into the topic. Anytime you hear a black person tell you the story of black people or ancient Africa, and it's only after Europeans, they don't know what the hell they're talking about. When you hear black people talk about polygamy is African history, that is not true. That is not true. That's because of what the Arabs did to black people, making them eunuchs, the black man. You peeped that, right, Smoke?
Fucking eunuchs.
When the Arabs sat there and grabbed up the black men, during slavery, the black man and the black woman, and made the black woman concubines and shit, and made the black man eunuchs. When you chopping that black man balls and dick off, guess what? You stopping the seed of generations, right or wrong. You know what I'm saying? So that means you only have the woman breeding this Arab's baby, half baby, mixed baby now. You know what I'm saying? His mulatto now. You see what I'm saying? So now that because that's really what the whole world is. It's black, white, mulatto. Down to the Chinaman, mulatto. These are mulattoes. The Asians was the mulattoes. That's what they was considered. They was considered the mulattoes, and they was called Asians. So it's like you got to get into. That's a whole nother topic we're going to get into later. But it's like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
So you can do a whole show on that.
Yeah, we're gonna do we will do a whole show on that. Cause you gotta get the whole
now, so we got to.
Huh?
Put it out there, so we got. I thought we put it out there, so we got to now.
Yeah, so we got to, yeah. But the mulatto, you got to get into the mulatto thing, man, because the mulatto issue is definitely something we gotta deal with. It's a problem, but it's not just a one-way problem. It's a good problem and a bad problem. It's all about what you do. But we're going to get into the mulatto problem. And that's exactly how we're going to call it, the mulatto problem, especially in the wake of the MSNBC host Melissa Hayes. You heard about her?
Nah. Melissa Hayes?
Yeah.
You be knowing
the little light-skinned little mulatto chick. She be having like the braids and all that shit, like on MSNBC and shit like that. I'm trying to see can I find the story. And shit, but they're talking about Chris Rock tweets about Oscar blackout. Tweet about what, Chris Rock? I should at Chris Rock and tell him, call into in Black America, man, and do a drop. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm trying to find the. Oh wait.
Chris Rock said he's still doing the what's that? The Oscars joint. He said he's still doing.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, I think is he still doing it? You know more about that?
Nah, I mean I didn't see no cancellations. I just they said a long time ago that he was going to do it, and then you see the commercials for it and stuff like that. I mean, I haven't been any updates. Yeah, with him on it, you know what I mean, showing him as the host or whatever. So, the outrage against the whole Oscars, that just pretty much went away. That was like a fly-by-night type of topic. I want to say something. Damn, man, I knew this shit was going to happen. I should have said something earlier. Remember earlier when you were talking about, you wanted to say about the NOI? Right.
I wanted to say something about this. Yeah, I wanted to say, all right, say what you wanted to say about the NOI.
No, I mean, I was wanting to mention in the last show when, we were just talking about Beyonce and how the Miami police wanted to pretty much boycott her show, and they were urging others across the country, other law enforcement agencies across the country to do the same thing. I was just pretty much saying that I wanted to see the NOI and the FOI step up. You know what I'm saying? That would be like Black Power. That would be, Black people putting Black Power in motion instead of talking about it. You know what I'm saying? And so, last week or earlier this week, we had the video, what was it, Savior's Day or something? Yeah. And, he was speaking about that, Beyonce, and he pretty much said that the FOI, is going to be her, they're there for her security, whatever. So, that was a good thing to see, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Now, this is what I wanted to say. I didn't talk about on purpose the story about a Black University of Alabama student who was talking about how she was assaulted or whatever by a bunch of white people on the bus, calling her nigger and all kind of stuff like that, because it was a Black woman who said this, and I don't want to offend Black women, but you might be offended. But I don't be trusting y'all. Y'all don't got a good history on racial accusations. So to want to rally up, y'all suspect, yo. So it's like I can't really stick my neck out. You know what I'm saying? Like when you hear a brother say, "Yo, this is some racist shit going on," there's some racist shit going on. When you hear a chick say, "Oh, they be bullshitting, man." So this situation right here, when I heard about it, I'm like, you know what? I don't even want to talk about it because it's a Black chick talking about some racist shit, and I don't trust Black women when they talk about racist shit. But like I said, it might be wrong for me to say that, but yo, I'll give you the facts and show you the hit after hit after hit of the bullshit. And in this case, it's another one. This chick is talking about, all right, she said, Ariel called 911 in January. She told dispatchers that she had been a victim of a racial charge crime. They called her nigger and all this stuff. She told the dispatcher, and if someone doesn't come out and take it down, I'm going to call the news. So, Alexis, Aisha, some shit, all three 20-year-old black chicks, fuck out of here, black broads at the State University of New York claim they have been targeted by a group of white men and women on a bus. When I heard this shit, I was like, this just sound like some bullshit, right? So, look, made national headlines. They didn't make national. They made a blimp. When I read it, I said, this is some bullshit. And then it said there was a rally in the wake of the news. Yeah, when I heard about the rally, I was like, rallying for what? That shit don't even make sense. Like, come on. But she reportedly drew hundreds. Look, even Hillary Clinton tweeted about it. You know why she tweeted about it? Because that was 3 chicks. That's why. Right. She wouldn't have to do that shit if that was some beat up niggas. She wouldn't have tweeted about that. But she did that because of 3 chicks, because she down with that feminist Gloria Steinem.
Yeah, feminist woman.
Yeah, she down with that feminist bullshit. That feminist shit ain't nothing but pinning the black man versus the black woman. That's it. But that's what I want to bring up, this little silly ass shit. She lying, and when these black chicks do that, what you do is you end up weakening the movement. You know what I'm saying? In the argument, because you're sitting over here making a joke and a mockery of that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's straight up. So cut that bullshit out, man. Sit your ass down, because y'all not even feeling the racism. Y'all getting sold into that bullshit about y'all feeling sexism. Y'all not feeling sexism. Y'all don't even know what the hell sexism is. Y'all don't know what sexism is. Y'all, listen, the black woman was out there working in the fields with the black man and the black child. Like the white woman was inside the house, and the white man had the money.
No,
the white man kept the money from the white woman. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, I was just looking, man, and before you were talking, you mentioned Chris Rock. Still doing the Oscars, and I just saw a quick joint, and it was a tweet. This is on MSN.com, and he said Chris Rock tweeted earlier today, "See you Sunday," and then he put £, blackout, £, Oscar. So they're looking at it like they're saying Chris Rock posted a cryptic tweet. So let's see. So let's see, you know what I mean? Like, I'm interested to see what he's doing. You know what I mean? Whether it's just
I'm gonna tell you,
business as usual, or whether.
That's how we're supposed to be dealing with white people. It's always supposed to be cryptic. Straight up. Every time they talk about it, they're supposed to be like, wait a minute, what does that mean? Nene, what is that? They're never supposed to understand what we're doing, man. That's our problem. We give away our secrets. Nene, that's it. Let me teach you how to do this, Ellen. She's cool. No, you're not supposed to let them know nothing about what you do.
News reporters and shit.
Yeah.
News reporters. Let me show you how to do it. Let me show you what to do.
Oh, guess what? Black people, if you're going to do that, how about if you're going to do the nay-nay for some white person, tell them break their pocket. Pay me $100. Give me $100. I'll do the nay-nay right now. Give me $100. Fuck out of here.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Exchange that bread. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna, that's what it is. Oh, you want to see you want me to teach you the nene? This is what we're gonna do. Gather all your rich girlfriends. We're gonna have a goddamn seminar where every weekend y'all gonna pay me to teach y'all the latest black dance. And you just start inventing dances, black woman. You just go inside there inventing dances every week for the ass to do and get paid. Stop letting these fucking white women come out with the twerk videos. Hey, ladies, y'all want to learn how to twerk? And it's some white girl going.
Yeah, we saw exercise and joint.
Yeah, come on, man. Come on, man. Get your hustle up, yo. Hustle don't mean selling drugs. Hustle mean getting money. Hustle don't mean snitching and backstabbing your brother. Hustle mean business. Hustle mean ambition. Hustle mean motivation. Get up and go. Tenacity. Hustle mean always improving yourself every day. Whatever you was when you went to sleep the day before, you wake up wanting to be better than that. Push forward. Always analyze your life. Write goals down. That's what a hustle is. Hustle not selling drugs. You're a drug dealer if you sell drugs. And the only thing a drug dealer is huh? You saw that?
It sounded like Pop.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I'm saying? When Pop say that?
You're in the hustle rule. No, I'm just saying.
Oh, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what a hustler is. You know what I'm saying? A hustler is not no fucking drug dealer. A hustler is all around a range. You know what I'm saying? A hustler is not a dumb nigga. A hustler is a smart dude. It's like we gotta change the narrative. Yeah,
hustler
you gotta get out of here.
I mean, that's what it always been. But you know, it's just like we change it. It gets changed over to being a drug dealer. But you know, what I mean, that single mother that's out there working 2 jobs, that's hustling. You know what I'm saying? You do what you gotta do. Turn nothing into something. You know what I mean? You might be working, flip your money, do this. Now you're an entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? Just getting on your grind, man. It don't got nothing to do with it. I mean, you can apply the hustle to drugs. You can apply the hustle to whatever it is you're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're on your grind.
Hey, I tell everybody, if you're good at selling drugs, you're good at creating a business. Because the same hustle as selling drugs is the same hustle as selling soap, is the same hustle as selling Mary Kay, it's the same hustle. The girls out there that can into the fucking scams, and the guys out there into the scams. I was a scams dude. I was into the scams. That was my shit. You know what I'm saying? Yo, if you into the scam shit, that's you know how you got to remember shit, strategize, manipulate, change the whole situation. You know what you got to do. So when you're doing what you got to do, that's the same energy when it comes to marketing, dealing with the people, creating a business and pushing it forward and making it create money. Let me tell you, this country is a rich country. The IMF is in New York. The IMF is what's fucking over all the rest of the countries when it comes to the money. The so-called third world, which is just countries that's not part of the communist or the United States side of the game, capitalism game. That's so they just eat off of them. That's who they are. They struggling because they're not part of the game. If they sign up and get exploited like Puerto Rico did, who's dying right now, these dudes about to go bankrupt. They dying. Everybody talk about Haiti. But I'm like, why the fuck y'all keep calling Haiti the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere when Puerto Rico about to go belly up and nobody talk shit about Puerto Rico?
Yeah, you don't see that story out there.
But the sister name is Melissa Harris Perry. She walks away from MSNBC show. She's saying that you know what I'm saying, she's not gonna host the show. She walked away from her own program and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? She they had difference of opinions regarding her role on the show, which pretty much mean in my opinion, she didn't want to talk about what was given to her. She didn't want to read the script. She wanted to do real shit. You know what I'm saying? She didn't want to sit there and just read notes and be a fucking talker. She wanted to be a real, you know what I'm saying, person that speaks with an opinion, like how Fox News is, who can disrespect black people and get a rating. She's probably saying, yo, let me hit hard back on white Americans, because to me she look like a mulatto, you know what I'm saying? And the thing with the mulattoes that people don't understand, everybody want to play that stupid ass house nigga and field nigga shit. Let me tell you something. The house nigga was in the house and the field nigga was in the field, right? When the field nigga was able to run away, that was because the house nigga flashed the light a couple of times to let the field nigga know these niggas asleep. So cut that shit out. Stop pitting each other against each other. You know what I'm saying? Stop pitting each other against each other on some stupid ass. You know what I'm saying? That shit is stupid. The house nigga was grinding glass up in the fucking niggas in the white motherfuckers' plates, letting them eat the glass, and it's cutting up their insides and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, cut that bullshit out, man. It's not no how a lot of them, like the field woman, she might have got raped by the white man. She got raped by the white man once in a while. The fucking house woman inside the house got raped all the time. Like, stop with the comparisons of who's what and what. Yo, we all getting oppressed and abused by the same motherfucker. So cut that bullshit out. And as this mulatto, and we're going to shout out, every time we shout out somebody, we're going to shout out, they're doing something positive, black woman God, black man God. This black woman is God, Melissa Harris Perry, excuse me. She's like, basically, I want to speak on the shit that I want to speak about, and y'all want me to speak on the shit y'all want me to speak on, and nah, I'm not with that shit, so she walked off. And you got to respect that shit, the black woman is God, and she stand up. Yeah, it's too bad we don't have a station that caters to fucking news where she could leave from that shit and then bring her expertise to a black fucking news station where we could get our goddamn black news. Everybody keeps saying we don't want that, and we want that. Fuck out of here. Go, Smoke.
Yeah, I mean, I was just going to say, man, that's her standing up for her beliefs and what she want to do. I mean, that's a lot more than most people do, man. You know what I mean? So that's just a story to look at to, you know, just be mindful of, you know, the work you're doing. And if it's not for you, get up and find something else, man. Do something else. Life is too short to be working for someone else at that and just getting told what to do, and it's not you. You know what I mean? So just in that sense of it, you know what I mean? Just in regular, you know, just regular life perspective. It's like, man, just to be able to, she's freeing herself from that employer. You know what I mean? They're not doing what was best for her and her path. Get up and do what you got to do. You know what I mean? We don't have to continue to settle just because. You know what I mean? That's really all. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And I also want to bring up another Black Women's God moment as we close out Black History Month. But in Black America, Black history is all day, every day. You dig what I'm saying? So that's how we're going to do that. But a Planned Parenthood Louisville location is being scolded by one group in the African American community. Some say Planned Parenthood targets black women. And we know that to be true, because Planned Parenthood does target black women. The group calls themselves Sisters for Life. On Monday, they held a press conference where they announced support for the lawsuit Governor Matt Bevin filed against Planned Parenthood. having abortions in our community and making it easily accessible, it undermines our community and it undermines the morality of our community. Angela Minter, president of Sisters for Life, said, "They're parading themselves as an instrument of good, but they are nothing more than a harborer of death and destroyer of life. They are a destroyer of morale," she added. Shortly after the press conference, attorney representing Planned Parenthood responded saying they're ashamed that this has been turned into a race issue. It is really unfortunate that these groups are... Now, this is what's funny. They're ashamed that this turned into a race issue. You know what I'm saying, Smoke?
Right.
They're ashamed that this turns into a race issue when Planned Parenthood targets the black fucking race. And this is through history. So now that the black woman, and now we got to shout out that the black woman is God now, because this group called Sister for Life in Kentucky, Louisville, Kentucky, is speaking out against Planned Parenthood, and Planned Parenthood better be glad that we are a nonviolent people and we are not trying to do what the white people do, which is bomb your asses and kill the goddamn surgeons and doctors involved in that shit. You need to take our goddamn protesters seriously then, because it can get worse. But she said shortly after the press conference, attorneys representing Planned Parenthood responded saying they're ashamed that this has been turned into a race issue. It is really unfortunate that these groups are trying to make this an issue about race when what this is really an issue about is women's health. How the fuck is killing a baby about women's health? And access to all of the available medical procedures that they are allowed to have under Attorney Thomas. Shit. I hate when I do this. I always end up hitting a thing too far back, you know what I'm saying? And then, yeah, now I'm on a whole other story about conservatives mad about some, I don't know, towards angry white men. Oh, yeah, it's a bunch of white men that's really killing. This is another story about how many white men is really killing police. And they out here, you know what I'm saying, talking about, oh, Beyonce, you know, Black Woman is God is out there, you know, advocating police violence. But, you know, yeah, sorry, people. If I find the story again, I'll get back to it. But the whole point is that, yeah, like basically this black woman group is fighting against the damn Planned Parenthood. Now, Planned Parenthood is supported by who? Hillary Clinton. So all y'all black women sit there and talk about, yeah, we voting for Hillary Clinton. Y'all voting for murdering y'all goddamn babies. Y'all down for fucking murdering the next generation coming up. Don't share that stupid ass idea. You know what I'm saying? Yo, these niggas share this idea of Smoke about if the man ain't there and I have a baby, well, I don't want to have no baby. He might not be there, whatever. But yo, now you grew up with both of your parents, right?
Yeah.
I only grew up with one. My father from Trinidad, right? My mother, them, and father, they get together. They got up into the, you know, the crack era shit with the 80s and shit. So, you know, on the good side, my parents were the sellers and not the users. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying, I got family that was on the side of the users. You know what I'm saying? And my father, he, you know what I'm saying, as he leaves, because he did end up getting caught up with the using and shit. With my father, he ended up leaving out the house. My mother, she taking care of us. My father, he goes through jail and shit like that until he gets deported. You see what I'm saying? He asking for like, yo, if my family, if my children can write me a letter saying that whatever. That's the rumor I'm hearing. I don't even know the whole story. Something about writing him a letter, and he probably could stay in America or something like that. And it's like, but you have no connection to your children. You see what I'm saying? And that's the story of a lot of men. They leave their house. So y'all black women get mad. But guess what? Y'all have the investment. They're out there dying. Not all, but a lot of them is out there dying. But if y'all women raise y'all children up correctly, guess what? Y'all will be the ones out there with the LeBronses and the Puffies. You see what I'm saying? Y'all will be out there with the Ashantis and shit like that, with the Shaqs. You see what I'm saying? And I'm just naming the entertainers and sports because y'all understand who they are, but y'all will be dealing with the ones who make it when you push your children. I got a cousin right now, we grew up all together and things of this nature. He grew up rough. You see what I'm saying? He's a comedian. Funny comedian. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, even though he grew up rough, his grandmother, our grandmother, raised him and us. You see what I'm saying? Growing up. He excelled himself to be something better, where he pushed away the alcohols and the weed and things of this nature when he was a kid. You know what I'm saying? What he do as an adult is what he do as an adult, but as a child, he pushed away from that and he pushed himself forward to do better, went to college and all of that stuff. So it's like, when you push your child and give your children the tools, even though he didn't have it, we all pushed our own goddamn selves, right? But through the grace of our grandmother, God bless her dad. But the whole thing is, when you push your child, when your child becomes something, that child can come back and pull their moms up, because when they're making that money, they can then turn around and say, you know what, I'm gonna pay my mom's home off, and I'm gonna make sure she's good, and that's what happens when a child is raised properly and you invest in your child. But when you destroy your child and say, oh, little nigga, you ain't gonna be shit because I ain't shit, guess what? You're gonna be dying in the corner. getting Social Security.
The more you invest in something, the better it's gonna be, man. You gotta invest in your kids, man. They'll pay back to you in the long run. I mean, that's how it's supposed to be anyway. You know what I mean? Instead of thinking about them giving something to you, that's how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to take care of your kids. When you get old, they take care of you. There's a lot of things that involve in that. You know what I mean? Personal relationships with them. Guiding them and how to navigate socially. You know what I mean? How to maintain financially. I mean, all of that, we all have to teach our kids that at a young age, and they'll pay it back forward to us. It's like we wait until we pretty much learn shit on our own, pretty much. You know what I mean? Our parents don't, they can teach a certain amount of things, and then, you like credit, dealing with the police, anything like that. It's just like you have to go through that experience first, and then you learn from it. You know what I mean? But we have to teach our kids beforehand. You know what I mean? You got to invest in them, man. Invest that time in them, man.
Yeah, see, me, I remember when I spoke to my father, I didn't speak to him, and last time I spoke to my father, last time I saw my father, I was, you know what, this is what I'm going to do. We're going to get it back into that comment about when I spoke to my father after this break. We're going to take a break, all right? Peace.
Dress it up and make it real for me. Whatever that fucking means. Iceberg, what it do, Dirty soda in the styrofoam. Spill a day to get my mind blown. Dress it up, the Nassau. 200 miles on the dash. Got a roll a pound up a gas. Put the lanes in the Grand Rapids. We're the ones that kept it cool with all these niggas till these niggas start acting. Shoot a nigga like a film in a movie, All these cops shooting, they tragic. I'm the one that living lavish, like I'm playing for the Mavericks. I don't want it for the bitch that might have made me fuck her even though she average.
Reflect with radiance, rise the consciousness of my people in the stadiums. Or I could get ignorant like the nigga Maury Povich portray it says I'm hip-hop baby dad. And all of y'all my litter, my little kids and my labels mad. A pill, a blunt, a pill and some liquor. I get to my hitters, they spray your ass. Get money fast, RIP the check. Smell my kilo breath. I spit and I freeze you to death. Cuban tobacco mouth, trap nigga cologne. Ben had the OG respect. Pick the city, I knock 4 of your baddest. 16 chillin' with Supreme Magnetic. Fort Greene nigga with a little Queens basket. Now I'm in a ghost off Benz of an acid. Icon status. And we still strapped, case you niggas want status. Still ballin', still mackin'. Nigga ain't 100, he's 60-40. We 50-50, that's automatic. My niggas got open cases, but niggas got watches and bracelets. In CeeLo, I never throw aces. Don't give a fuck about races. Pray that my niggas come out of the fed. Shout to my niggas who dead. We got the stripes. All I got is my real niggas for life. Not for Henny, Future, pour Dirty Sprite.
Dirty soda in the styrofoam. Spill a day to get my mind blown. Dress it up, you know the NASCAR. 200 miles on the dash. Got a roll a pound up a gas. Switch the lanes in the Grand Rapids. We the ones that kept it cool with all these niggas till these niggas start acting. Shoot a nigga like film in a movie, niggas gon' let them have it. We ballin' like the March Madness. All these cops shooting, niggas tragic. I'm the one that living lavish, like I'm playing for the Mavericks. I don't want it for the bitch that might have made me fuck her even though she average.
DJ Ready Real. Ready Real.
Praying to my gun and be my valve. Me and 2 bitches in the shower. 2 sauce up on these hoes, I'm going viral. Jack boy, I sell his ass a brick of flowers. Hand on my gun, hand on my valve. Hand on my gun, hand on my valve. Hand on my gun, hand on my valve. Praying to my gun and be my valve. I'm a dope boy, never fold, never told. Grand on overload. In the kitchen with the stove, baking soda, pot and bowl. Swear to God, I'd kill a nigga then repent. I'm a millionaire and I grind for every cent. Plug came, that's a blessing. For these hoes, I ain't stressing. Never leave the house with no weapon. Make sure the money right, no discrepancies. Grandma, young nigga had a £quarter pound, but he stayed down front row with the Super Bowl. Team strong, we campaign, pop champagne, won a Super Bowl. I can change the flow up. I can take that work inside the kitchen, make it blow up. You want a sack, I make it show up. Don't make me break that lamb out just to pick your hoe up, little nigga. Praying to my gun and be my valve. Me and 2 bitches in the shower. 2 sauce up on these hoes, I'm going viral. Jack boy, I sell his ass a brick of flowers. Hand on my gun, hand on my valve. Hand on my gun, hand on my valve. Hand on my gun, hand on my valve. Praying to my gun, it be my valve. Hand on my gun, hand on my valve. Just hit a lick for 500,000. Just caught the whip for 500,000. That loud and 500 pounds of the breach. Dope boy, I got money in the power. Breach. My job pay 100 grand an hour. Breach. My hoe want me to fuck her in the shower. Breach. My hoe want me to fuck her for an hour. Breach. Look, money.
Yo. In Black America, what the hell is going on in the conscious community? Guest calling number 646-716-4654. The man Rasta B and my co-host Smoke, you know what I'm saying? He's going to be on in a second. Just want to finish off my little story about coming up, you know what I'm saying, in this conscious community. Because now we're going to go in. Just to be clear for anybody that's like, yeah, what is going on in the hell in this conscious community? What kind of stuff you playing? This got all kind of, listen. Don't listen to the music as to offend you. You know what I'm saying? Break the music down. The whole thing inside this music is what? Materialism, violence, disrespect of the black man, disrespect of the black woman. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we have to learn how to understand these tricks that is being thrown towards us. Then we can fight against it. Like, for example, story in the Washington Post called "The Best African American Figure Skater in History is Now Bankrupt and Living in a Trailer." Now, y'all probably thinking, oh, what is that story about? But you know what I'm thinking? What the hell you mean the best African American figure skater in history is now bankrupt? In history? Did figure skating die off or fall apart? So how the hell are you going to say in history? Like the shit's over. That's her. That's it. So let me bring my man Smoke in. Smoke, yeah?
Yeah, I'm here.
So I want to ask you a question. As somebody who done seen both sides of the road, the conscious and the unconscious, what things intrigue you or spark your interest when you listen to the conscious community when they speak? Like, what make your ears, you know what I'm saying, perk up and be like, this is interesting, you know? Walk us through your experience.
Let me make sure I got your question right. So, you mean now, or you mean just like throughout my whole life, like the conscious community, like how I relate to that?
Yeah, throughout your whole life. Just for the person that's new to the community, that's looking at it and they like, yo, I like the information and shit, but it's like, do I have to drink Hagen water? You know what I'm saying?
Right. I see what you're saying. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, for me personally, you know, the conscious community is just where, you know, it's just a collection of all the black information. I mean, pretty much. I utilize it as, you know, I take what I need and just discard the rest. Like, you know, eat the meat, get rid of the bones. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's pretty much how I have come to view the community. Now, first coming into consciousness and, you know, like watching Bobby Hemmett, you know, just coming across Malachi Z. York books and, you know, just things like that. In the beginning, it's like you come across something and you try to fit everything in that you learn from that book to you. But, you know, as I got older or as I started, you know, just being exposed to more things, it's just more so about what works for you. Just because a certain teachers, you know, they have a certain doctrine or a certain way of life, you know, they may run their family a little bit different than what you might agree to, or you know, you might see certain things that you may want to tweak or do differently. You know, you don't necessarily have to take everything from one teacher. You know, you take what works for you, study it. If it fits, you keep it. If it doesn't, you know, you can get rid of it. Sometimes you might run across things that when you first encounter it doesn't work. It doesn't fit into anything, you know, that you relate to. But then you come down the line and, you know, you may come back to that information. So for me, I try to just take what I need from it. And, you know, everything else is, you know, it's just for everyone else, I guess, you know what I mean? So that's more so what I would advise somebody who, you know, they just first coming to this, they want to learn information. They start running across different programs, you know, sign in the TV. You know, they're all out there. Take what you need from it. You know what I mean? And also, what's key to it is research. Because you see a lot of, I don't even want to say research, like it's something like you got to go get your backpack and go, you know what I mean, sit in the library for 10 hours, you know what I'm saying? But
No, let's just call it fact check. Just fact check the work. Don't sit there and because a nigga tell you, oh, get some barrack root and boil that and drink it and that'll be good for your rheumatoid. And it's like, nigga, check that shit out first and find out before you enter that into your body. Don't just a nigga tell you, oh, send me this amount of money, $1,200, give me your tax return money, and I'll fix your status, correct your status. And you're like, oh, okay, I'll show you. No, don't get caught up in those. Let me tell you something. If a nigga gonna sell you something in the conscious community and you don't feel comfortable buying it, don't buy it. If you feel comfortable enough to buy it, don't complain about it. And I'll leave it like that. You see what I'm saying? And I'm going to say it again. If you don't feel comfortable buying it, don't buy it. And if you feel comfortable buying it, don't complain about it when you buy it. And that's it. Exactly. Leave it alone after that. Yeah, leave it alone after that. Because, see, to buy something and then complain and bitch about it, that's corny. Because you ain't have to buy it. Even a lot of those polite claims and shit I keep hearing about, the shit that make me laugh is, all the stories is, so I'm trying to get in contact, but nobody replying. So I went to another site to try to find them, and then after 6 months, once I finally got in contact, then I bought $1,200 worth of shit. Yo, listen, I'm not forcing my money on nobody. Right. If I click your button, first of all, if I buy something, I'm buying something small to see how that transacts. I brought stuff from Sonata TV, and I got my shit. And I wrote a comment on his page saying, thank you for the purchase. Go ahead, Smoke. Smoke?
Yeah. Oh, my internet just was messing up on me. Yeah,
my bad. No, I thought you wanted to say something. No, I thought you wanted to say something.
No.
But I was just saying, I done brought shit from Sonata TV. And that's a comment. I brought the Armageddon, the Committed versus what's the name joint? You know what I'm saying? Like I brought shit. And before
Armageddon.
Yeah, I brought that shit. You know what I'm saying? And that shit came quick. And I wrote the nigga because I was surprised that shit came that quick. And I'm like, yo, you know, people might talk. This is way before all these accusations. So my whole shit is this: if you feel comfortable buying something, you go ahead and buy that shit. But if you're going to buy some shit and then you're going to bitch about it, that shit is corny because it's like, yo, you don't have to do shit. Let me tell you, consciousness is mental, and all consciousness means is opening your eyes. Once you open your eyes to shit, it's your responsibility to navigate through the situation. And my advice to people is for you to navigate through this, don't pay no money first. You don't got to pay money first in the beginning. So if anybody tell you got to pay money first in the beginning, that's a lie. I'm going to tell you a quick story. I'm going to pass it on to you, Smoke, all right? Yeah. When I was in high school, I was in 8th grade, right? Going into high school in Georgia, right? I went to elementary school, junior high school, and high school in New York, and elementary school, junior high school, and high school in Georgia. It's just crazy. I'll explain that shit later. But I'm in Columbia High School in Georgia, and before we get there, one of the stuff they told us was, when you go to school, don't let nobody sell you an elevator pass because we don't have no elevators. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I want to explain to people that's coming into the conscious community. Don't let nobody sell you no elevator pass. And that's how we're going to call it from now on. Don't let nobody sell you no conscious pass. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't need that. Consciousness is opening your eyes. Once you open your eyes to the bullshit and you realize, hey, wait a minute. This is a system? I didn't know about this. You don't got to pay for that. Everything you pay for is just support. And the people that gets money to support is supposed to work together to build a platform or institution for black people. If they're not doing that, they're frauds. If they're not talking economics, they're frauds. If they're telling you, oh, we can't build economics without a military, they're frauds. Because Asians don't have a military.
Yeah.
Oh, what you talking about? Look, yeah.
No, I was just gonna say, like you were saying, don't spend bread. With like people basically just trying to sell you shit. What I was just gonna counter, not really counter, but what I was gonna just add to that is really spend money on yourself. You know what I mean? What I mean by that is like a lot of things you might encounter in bettering your life, like especially like when you're talking about health, that eating better foods, it costs a little bit more. So it's like you may have to just cut back on certain things you do in your life. You know what I mean? Instead of eating out at the Chinese restaurants, we were speaking about the Chinese earlier. Boycott them. Stop spending your money over there.
Boycott them. Let's do this public announcements real quick. Boycott them Asians because they outside. Look, this is how we're going to do the Asians. This is how we're going to do. Boycott them Asians. Boycott them Asians, because they out there in New York, out there protesting and trying to fight to have the rights of white people so they can kill black people. That's what they want. They out there screaming, if he was white, he would have got off for killing that black man. Why this Asian man can't have the same rights as white people to kill black people and don't get off? So what we're going to say is, fuck the Asians. We bust shots at the Asians. No more Asian food, no more cat dog, no more orange chicken, no more none of that. We shutting these Asians down, yo. Start eating from your West Indian blacks. Start eating from your black Latinos. Start eating from your black Africans. Stop fucking with them Asians because they're trying to fight so they can have the rights, not to party, to kill your black ass. So bust out black ass. That's how we do them Asians.
Word up, man. But spend on yourself, man. Stop spending with them, man. You know what I mean? And so that's what I would just say with it. The better foods cost more money. The books cost. And you don't have to go buy someone's book. You can go in and get John Henry Clark books. You can go back and get Message to the Black Man. You can go get Dr. Layla Africa books on health, you know what I mean? You can go to your local bookstore, you know what I'm saying? I found books at Goodwill. Just go right in Goodwill, spend $2-3, get you, find your book or whatever. So sometimes it just costs to get access to knowledge on your basis.
Stick a pen. Shout out to Muda Baruka again. I don't want to steal his saying without giving him praise. But just so you can continue what you're saying with the books, that's what you do. You don't spend no money. Your eyes is open. Then when you do spend money, you spend money on already published books. None of this new shit. On unpublished books of everything that the brother Smoke just said. Message to the Black Man, From Niggas to God, Volume 1 and 2. The Secret Relationship Between Blacks and Jews. Destruction of Black Civilization. Up from Slavery from Booker T. Washington. You know what I'm saying? Huh?
The ISIS paper.
The ISIS paper. Wretched of the Earth. By Franz Fanon. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Bloods. Black Veterans of the Vietnam War, an oral story. That's where they got a story inside there. That's where they got the whole Dead President movie from that book. What book? Oh, Bloods, Black Veterans of the Vietnam War, an oral story. Yeah, one of the stories inside there is where they got the Dead President movie from. The whole goddamn story. This shit is based off of that book. No, a story out of that book. There's a gang of stories in there. Get you The One Continual Cry by David Walker, Carlos Cooks, and Black Nationalism. Get you books that's already established from the elders and read that. Look at the other guys. Look at them. Entertain them by looking. If you feel like going to a lecture, pay to go to a lecture to listen. But you don't get caught up in these guys, in their shenanigans, in what they're selling and what they're doing, unless you want to. That is it. And if you want to play the game, you don't complain about the game. You accept it or you move on. The end. And that's how we do that. Continue, Smoke.
Yeah, man. But, I mean, you're right, though, you know. You just got to be, you just got to keep an open mind when you dealing with any teacher, man, any information. Just keep your open mind. Know that you got to fact check, like we just said. Know when to spend your money, when not to. You know, don't get caught up in these scams, man. Yeah, that's really all I want to say about that, man. Just keep an open mind when you viewing anything, man. And the information is out here. You know, a lot of times you might not like the person, but sometimes the information is good. Take the information, take what you need from it. The rest of it you can discard, man. And that's really what it's all about, in my opinion, in approaching anything you see that's associated, or anything, period. But we're talking about the conscious community, you know what I mean? In that mind frame of things, you know.
And the thing about that's crazy, when it comes to the conscious community, that it's like, I'm gonna tell somebody too. Listen, if you got your eyes open after 9/11. Now, Smoke, you said you had your eyes open in when? 97?
I would say, yeah, about 97, 8, 9, you know what I'm saying? Those years.
Right. See, the funny thing about me is I synced into my niggerdom around that time. You know what I'm saying? Because me, I grew up conscious, hard body. I'm talking about rap. I'm talking about, I was doing edibles back in 91. You know what I'm saying? Because a sister named Sister Beverly, she was a Filipino woman. She was married to a black man, Rasta, on the West End, and she had baked some weed brownies. And my mother was like, "Nah, don't eat none." But me, I'm over here like, "Yeah, I want some shit." So I get a corner, not even no big piece, just like a corner crumb. You know what I'm saying? Eat that shit. That shit had me seeing shit before it happened. Like, I'm seeing the future, you know what I'm saying? Like the shit crazy, like the motherfucker coming down the this shit.
That shit had you lit.
This shit, I'm talking about this shit in like 91, 92, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I was, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was advanced as a kid, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, when I see these guys now talk and they want to tell you things like, yeah, we don't need no economy, we need to kill this white devil, man, and all kind of shit. Listen, what they don't understand is they're babies. They're babies in this. See, I had to wake up and say to myself, you know what, let me come and jump on this blog talk, because these guys out here are babies out here talking and complaining and whining. And they got the people that just waking up thinking these are revolutionaries when they're not. All they are babies talking shit. They have no history. They have nothing to back up on besides books. Because they have no history.
I think, too, with the conscious community is, like, a lot of times the information and the doctrines and so forth, they push us out of reality. You know what I mean? So you start having people saying, just like the weirdest, we don't need a economy. We'll kill off all the whitey. We can't. We don't even making no money. It's just like we not we're not based. Some people are not based in reality. Sometimes it's like we'll say some we got to build up the military and everybody gotta have AK. Something that's unrealistic to where we're never gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Not from point A, not from where we at right now. So I would say too, when anybody who's listening and wanting to do it, just stay based in reality also, because sometimes you could get people and information, and it kind of want to take you out of, it's like concentrating on transcending your soul to the next level and things of that nature, where when we still getting killed out in the street. So you have to stay based in reality too. Study the information. There's nothing wrong with studying metaphysics and things like that. But at the same time, stay based in reality. Understand what's going on around you in the physical world right now, and try to focus on the problems that we see there and the solutions that we could implement to fix those things. Because I see sometimes too in the conscious community, we try to shift gears away from the actual problems that's plaguing us, and we go more so into the doctrines that ain't really helping us as a group. So I say watch out for that too, you know what I mean?
And me, I say that's because niggas are scared. If you're going to call it what it is, you know what I'm saying? If you're going to call it what it is, niggas are scared because they know that I have to produce something outside of what I'm talking. So it's like, if I can't, you hear me, Smoke?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just listening.
All right. If I just talk and say shit and tell black people all day and go across the country collecting money and shit, telling black people all day what I want to do because I know the science of the brain, and I can tell people all day what I want to do, and I know black people are going to donate because that's the type of people we are. We are hope and wishing and praying, and because we done caught up in this white man fantasy book, we don't have a problem believing in things that's not real. Niggas are walking around all day preaching to you for 3, 4, 5, 6, 12 years about a school that's never going to be brought. You see what I'm saying? About a goddamn school that's never going to be brought. So it's like, that's the thing when it comes to black people. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what it is, man? It's like we're conditioned. We're conditioned to be in the state of mind that we in. So we believe that it's not that we believe, it's just that we're scared. And all we know is to pray to some spook god in the sky and to be up under white people. We so comfortable being up under white people that we don't even notice that it's Chinese and Asians and other races that's building economies around us. We still walking around talking about white people. We don't even realize that I can speak on what's going on. I could speak on what's going on in the God. Wait, you got something to talk about, Smoke?
No, what I was going to expound on was on it a little bit.
Yeah, 'cause I'm about to pull up his story real quick. So
yeah, we kind of stuck in that one leader type of frame. You know what I'm saying? Where we stay looking for the one great Messiah. You know what I mean? The Savior that's gonna all come and save black people, bring us back to that front page. You know what I mean? We'll be all good. You know what I mean? Once we find this leader, once we find him and stand behind him. And I think a lot of our people, we are waiting for that. So it's like, you know, when we see someone coming up, you know, just to drop like a name Polite, you see Polite, it's like, oh, you know, he's the next great guy. He's the next great guy. Then, you know, you start seeing things that people are picking out wrong about him. And now all of a sudden it's like they're trying to demonize him like he's the leader of the black community. And it's like, you know, we understand people have their issues and things like that. But like I was saying before, take what you need from the brother, take what works for you, and keep it moving. We don't have to knock him down or whatever. But I think a lot of that is a result of us looking to have that one leader. And it may play back into religion, you know, play back into Christianity where, you know, Jesus has died for us and he's coming back to save us. So, you know, that thought process has to be based in religion, you know what I'm saying? But I think that a lot of the complacency comes from that. Because it's like, what am I working for when our leader is going to come and save all the people? And so I think we have to break away from that mindset. I don't know if it's intentional, like the teachers try to bring that aura to themselves. I wouldn't accuse anyone of that. But I just think our people that follow, you know, they want to put them above being a teacher. Because we all are individual leaders. And when we realize that as people and we lead ourselves, we'll be able to come together and put our information together. Because everybody's a general. You know, everybody's not going to be a general, but if you can lead your family, then you're a leader. And if we have a bunch of communities where the men and women lead their family, we're going to have a good community, man.
You know, it's like their leaders. Look, it's like their leaders online, but their own son is like, fuck you, Dad. Their leaders online, but their fucking daughters are thought. You know what I'm saying? It's like, how you talking about women's rights and black women is God and a woman this, a woman that, but your woman out here is a thought? Your daughter thought. Your son gangbanging or something. But you on the internet talking about, no, you on the internet talking about, all right, black man, take care of your kids, but you behind in child support. Like, come on, man. Like, stop that shit, man. That's how you know who is who and what is what. You dig what I'm saying? So that's what it is. But I want to read this right here about with your boy Trump. I'm going to ask you a serious question, right? Now watch this. Let me ask you a question. You fuck with Trump?
Do I fuck with Trump?
Yeah.
No. I mean, I don't support any of the presidential candidates. I mean, we know that for the most part, these dudes is chosen. Yeah, I mean, we've never been helped as black people under any president. So do I support Trump? No. He's a straight shooter, so I think you always gotta respect a straight shooter. He's just saying whatever he feels. Is there an agenda behind it? That's for, you know, whoever's looking to decide that. But I mean, I don't support him. Damn sure don't. No. But I see the KKK. What's his name? David Duke. I see him giving him an endorsement.
So watch this shit right here. Watch this shit right here. So, this is Donald Trump campaign in Spartanburg, South Korea, right?
Oh yeah, he won his.
Hey, yo, all black people, start using your slang and shit, yo. Straight up. Stop. Yo, stop pronouncing Geraldo as Geraldo. Pronounce the G and call that nigga Geraldo. Straight up. Stop saying Django because of the J and ignore the D. Ain't no such thing in no silent letter. Call that shit D Django. Fuck out of here. Because the whole story is about Shango. anyway, which is the warrior god of fucking, the god of war. So that's Shango. So if you ain't gonna call him Shango, don't call him Django, call him D Django. Fuck out of here. Don't let these fucking crackers make you change your shit. Talk how you wanna talk. Let them change how they say the shit because of how you say it. But when you say something a certain way and they switch it and they say, no, it's not Target, it's Tarjay, and then you switch up and start saying Tarjay, you fell into their trap, dummy. They ain't falling into your trap. Make them motherfuckers say what you want them to make it say. Straight up. Just like when you be listening to white people talk about, oh, he dissed him. And you be like, oh, that motherfucker said dissed? It's like, yeah, you got to use our words, motherfucker. You dig what I'm saying? You got to use our words. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but check this out. Everyone who already thought that Donald Trump and his growing crowd of unwashed supporters were a bunch of racists now has confirmation from the New York Times. Nearly 20% of Trump backers nationwide disapprove of President Abraham Lincoln's Civil War Executive Act freeing the slaves in treasonous southern states. Again, Trump backers nationwide disapprove of President Abe Lincoln's Civil War Executive Order freeing the slaves in treasonous southern states. He did not free the slaves in the north. He only freed the slaves in the South.
Abe Lincoln.
Abe Lincoln. No. That's the reason why in 2016, if you pay attention to the South and black and white relations, is way better than up north. Straight up. Straight up. True. Way better. If you pay attention to black and white relations down south and black and white relations up north, it's way better down south. And you know why? Because the Southerners had to fight that cracker. He had to fight that cracker for respect. Just like our last caller said, the black man is scared to go to compete with that white man. In the South, and that's one thing I'll give about, hey, quarter South, whatever, slow, this, that, all kind of bullshit. Let me tell you, these Southern blacks is not afraid to compete against Southern white men. Straight up.
It's also segregated, too.
Huh?
A lot of, I said it's also segregated, so it's like a lot of places you see.
Wait, come on, down south?
Yeah, in the South.
Oh.
Like in the small town?
Wait.
Like in a small town?
Wait, the South is more segregated than up north?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say more. I don't know. I mean, I would just say, though, a lot of times, too, like, I was just looking at, like, out here in South Carolina, a lot of the small towns you have, blacks in it, and they side. But it's like that, too, in the city, too. So, I guess I can't really say that, though.
You see what I'm saying? Up north is just as segregated. Out west, segregated.
Yeah, right, though.
Yeah. Down south is integrated. Straight up. I haven't been all down south. I'm an East Coast person personally. But the South I've been to, it's pretty much integrated. And that's because these blacks out here fought with that cracker. Up north, they didn't fight with that cracker. And up north, y'all ain't get free. So ain't nothing changed. Y'all got to fight. So let me continue. Wait. Let me continue this part right here.
Yeah, go ahead.
You want to say something real quick?
Oh, no, I was just thinking, like, it's more segregated in the South, in the poorer areas, and then, like, more integrated, like, in the well-off cities, you know what I'm saying? But go ahead, what you think?
What a fine end to Black History Month 2016. Confederate values are still with us, even though all the Confederates are long and thankfully gone. But breaking down the results of a poll of 2,000 people's views into little bit base of a few hundred answers in dangerous business, those who are hunting for proof of Trumpian perfidy will find exactly. It is interesting how white people could create words and nobody give a fuck, but when black people create words, black people want to critique. We'll find exactly what they are looking for. You know what?
I said they make the dictionary, so we give them that pass.
You know what I'm saying? Because the whole thing is this: the two most important books in America is the Bible and the dictionary. But breaking down the results of a poll of 2,000 people's views into little bits based on a few hundred answers in dangerous business, those who are hunting for proof of Trumpian perfidy will find exactly what they are looking for. But if you take the time to look a little bit more broadly, the rest of America doesn't have an awful lot of a smudge about. In the same economics/YouGov poll, 15% of American Hispanics agree with those racist Trump supporters. 15%. And remember, is Latinos gunning down blacks in California? The Emancipation Proclamation was a bad idea. A quarter of Hispanics are not sure. But they're saying 15% of American Hispanics agree. 32% of American blacks back President Franklin Roosevelt's decision to round up Japanese Americans and put them in camps during World War II. According to New York Times analysts of the poll result, that is almost exactly the same percentage as the amount of Donald Trump voters. 32% of black Americans support Japanese Americans being rounded up in a camp. Who gives a fuck? That's what I say. Who gives a fuck? Y'all come into our neighborhood taking our shit. We supposed to give a fuck? Oh, wait a minute, Mr. Rasta B. We're Japanese. You talking about Chinese and Koreans. Nigga, I'm talking about all of y'all. Fuck y'all. We gotta get our shit up.
Oriental.
Yeah, all day.
Oh, shit. Whatever you want to call it. It's all the same. It's really everybody. You know how
anybody.
Like, yo, if you ain't black, strong black pride, fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty much what it boils down to. It's like to break it down to each race or whatever. But if they don't look like you, you need to not spend with them, not intermarry with them, not have babies by them, not enter into business by them unless it's benefiting you or it's mutually beneficial. So it's like, yo, we gotta look at everybody like that. But what we quick to do is look at our own people like that. I ain't fucking with that nigga. I ain't doing this and that. Oh, he's from the West Coast. I don't fuck with them. We quick to do that with our own people. We need to do that with everyone else. Man. Chinese, Japanese, Asian, whatever, Indian, East Indian, you name it, white. You know what I'm saying?
So basically, we need to play crab in the barrel with other goddamn racial groups too.
Yeah, put everybody else in the barrel and let's get the fuck out of there.
Hell yeah. If y'all crab in the barrel ass niggas, y'all crab in the barrel with other races and groups and climb on their goddamn backs. How about that? How about instead of climbing on your own brother back, climb on the Chinaman back and the Arab man back and the white man back.
Like
you know what I'm saying? Throw that nigga like that. You know what I'm saying? Fuck out of here.
More than 30.
more than 30% of those under 30 are not sure that President Harriet Truman's 1948 executive order desegregating the U.S. military was a good idea. 15% are sure it wasn't. Incidentally, those who were around back then, the 75 and up crowd, are significantly more likely to applaud Truman the segregation order than the kids today. 43% of likely Democratic primary voters, a very liberal slice of America, approve of President George Washington's pro-torture Executive Act. All right, so are American Hispanics similarly as racist as Trump supporters? Yes. Do a third of African Americans have it in for Asian countrymen? Yes. Are kids raised in the 1980s and later more resistant to desegregation than Americans born when Jim Crow was around? Yes. Do liberals love waterboarding? I don't know. Because think about this, though. No, because the reason why I say that is because of this. We sit around, they're talking about the 29% of black Americans who didn't really vote on the whole slavery being free shit, because they're like maybe 29% of African Americans is waiting to see how the whole equipment with a slavery-free America turns out. After all, it had only been a century and a half, still early, or maybe, just maybe, when you dig down into the tiny details of a poorly designed online poll, the facts you find tell exactly nothing. And that's what the whole shit is about. We, black people, hold on to facts. Will the facts say, oh, they say we're only 12%? No. We're 12% free in America. Because if we're 12% of the population in America and the majority in jail, then that means we're not just 12% in America. How about that?
Yeah, you never know. You know they don't put that jail population in there.
Nope.
They never had that in there.
So if they don't do that, then you can't say we 12%.
Yeah, you know, if they saying it 12, then it's probably more closer to 25% or more. You can never believe what cats are saying. That's why it's not so much about the facts; it's about staying in reality. You can look at facts all day. Facts will stop you from doing certain shit. Because if you look at it, you're like, we're only 12%. We can't ever win. Looking at it like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got to stay based in reality, man. So stop worrying about what somebody else tell you. Rely on your information. Rely on the information from your people.
You got to. And that's the problem. We don't rely on the information from our people. We want to rely on the information of everybody else, that we'll sit there and listen to a white man tell us some shit, and we'll take it as truth, instead of assessing the shit as, let me see why this motherfucker will lie. See, I'm going to break down this white man's fantasy story shit. I'm going to break down why, because this is what I don't understand. I don't understand why black people feel like when white people do monkey shit, that equates to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, if a white person throw a banana at you, oh, he trying to call me a monkey. No. The monkey is the person that throws the banana at you. You're not the monkey because you got a banana thrown at you. The monkey is the one throwing the banana at you.
Right.
Stop thinking you're the monkey or the Tom. I'm gonna break down the whole why the Planet of the Apes from the one with Marky Mark, directed by Tim Burton, is the beginning showing the Yaqub story that Elijah Muhammad taught y'all about. That the brother Uncle Ket laugh about the Yaqub story. I would debate him about that. The Yaqub story is real.
Yeah, I mean, it's real in how plans is executed. You know what I'm saying? The overall moral of that story is real. You know what I'm saying? You want to take the characters and say the character for or whatever. But
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? How the breakdown of what was going on in that whole story, what Yakub was doing. That's what's happening. You know now. That's what's been happening. So yeah, that'll be a nice little concept.
Yeah, I'll break that whole shit down and let it be known for what it is, because it's like the whole Planet of the Apes is a breakdown of white people. This is a sneak peek. Just so you can understand the Planet of the Apes. The white people are the monkeys in Planet of the Apes. The black people are the humans, no matter the race, in Planet of the Apes. The monkeys is now taking over. Your humans are slaves. With the Marky Mark story, at the end, the monkey knocks over the vase and says, look at the gun, told that to the other monkey and said, they used to control us. Or they used to, whatever, had power over us. Now we rule over. They used to rule us. Now we rule over them. These white people know who they are. They keep playing with you. They don't even want to keep ruling no more because they don't know what else to do no more. They just studied our whole plan and they did as much as they can. That's why they spread out and they're doing everything that we did. White people is doing just a white version of what black people already did. That's it. So we got 8 more minutes. The guest calling number is 646-716-4654. What the hell is going on in the conscious community? I'm going to say that I hate when people say the so-called conscious community. I hate that.
Yeah,
because
I've definitely been hearing that a lot.
Yeah, I hate that. Because I'm like, conscious is to open your eyes up. And for you to say the so-called conscious community, that's an offense. So anytime you hear somebody that's so-called, take that as disrespect. And put a tally in your head of how much disrespect comes from that person. Because when you call the community the so-called conscious, what you're saying is all y'all people that's opening your eyes and learning something and trying to better yourself and trying to uplift the race, y'all ain't shit. You see what I'm saying? And you got to wonder, why is this man saying to me that I'm not shit when I'm learning and I'm trying to educate? Because I told you, the first stages of this consciousness, it's not money. The first stages is opening your eyes and re-educating yourself on who you are as a black man, as a black woman, as a black child. That's the first steps. Then you start reading the books that's already published. That's the next step. Then you start to teach this to your child. That's the third step. Because if you sitting out here talking about you conscious and you teaching the so-called people, and your child out here breaking into homes, how you a leader in the street but not a leader in your house? So that's an indication that this is not a person that you should be listening to. You know?
Yeah.
That's how,
I mean, that's I mean, you're not living it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the main thing about it is like, we talk it and we not living it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like they were showing. It was Ali Muhammad. He was on the on the live stream or whatever, and he had the fake degree or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, take what you can from it. Take the information, because I've heard Ali Muhammad say some things. That some good information. Basically, you know what I'm saying. You could take good information from him, but then it's like, you see, you got the fake degree. So is that totally fake? Or was it a messed up copy or something like that? And so that's why you can't put all your faith into the person. It's about building up your family, building up yourself, being a leader in your own family. You can't just look at another man and just try to follow them, or a woman and try to follow them as the savior, as that one person. Build yourself up. Take what you need from these people, from the conscious community, from the information that's out there, and live your life.
Live your life, and don't get too spooked out, and don't get too crazy.
Yes,
stay regular.
Stay based in reality. Stay based in reality.
Stay based in reality, and just use the information to slowly build yourself up. Take your time. Take your time. That's the number one thing. Take your time. You don't got to switch everything one time. Take your goddamn time. Look at the age you are and say and understand that it took you that many years to get to where you at right now. Take your time. Because if it took you that many years to get to where you at and you're doing okay, then what you learning now, you didn't know and look where you at right now. Meaning you already have something on you. You understand what I'm saying? Like you already got something on you. You already on the good path. So this is just supposed to be an addition to what you're doing. This is not supposed to be the thing that free you. Now, if you're fucked up in the game and you're listening to the information and the information making you better, then keep taking the information and climbing up till you get to where you at. Now, everything is steps, because everything you do today affects your tomorrow. And that's real spit. That $100 you save today will be the $100 you have tomorrow if an incident occur where you might need 50. And you're like, yo, I got 50 because I put up 100. You dig what I'm saying? That all of this is consciousness. Because you got niggas out here that don't even understand what it is to save. You got chicks out here that don't even understand what it is to save. Yeah, you got 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Guest calling number 646-716-4654. Go ahead, Smoke.
Yeah, man. Put the Facebook up at /IsBlack.America. We got the Twitter joint. Hit us on there at InBlackAmerica7. And just to close it out, man, just pretty much, man, when it comes to the conscious community information, eat the meat, spit out the bones, or if you're a vegetarian or something, eat the watermelon, spit out the seeds. Just take what you need from it. Get rid of everything else. Sometimes it might come back around, but stay smart, stay based in reality. And just strive for the best, man. Strive for the top. So we got another successful week in the books, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got anything you got to drop before we get about?
Yeah, I think what I want to drop is, I'm going to say, peace to the fans, peace to the viewership. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all listens. You know what I'm saying? Contact us on our Twitter, on our Facebook page, Facebook.com/InBlack.America. Yeah, /InBlack.America. Facebook us, Twitter us, leave a message on the Blog Talk Radio. Follow us on the Blog Talk Radio. And, come with some questions and stuff. We got a lot of information, a lot of stuff I'm not putting out right now. I want to do that later when it's more fan interaction, when we're going to talk about how to clean your credit, how to dispute, and all kind of stuff, because we got a lot of information, A lot of stuff I deal with public information, job stuff, and credit, and autos and expungements and things of this nature. So it's like, yo, I'm the spook that's at behind the door, 35 years of consciousness in this thing. So this is how we. So this is your man Rasta B, my co-host.
Yeah, Big Smoke. Get out of here, man.
Yeah, we're going to get out of here until tomorrow. Tune in tomorrow, 9 o'clock Saturday. We'll talk about these chemicals, man. Peace.
Money, power, respect. If you ain't about that, then what the fuck you bout? Huh? What the fuck you bout? Fuck boy, bow down to this bag of money.
Pussy niggas want me, come and get. I'm thinking paper soon as I wake up. I put that shit on everything I love. Yeah, I want the money and the power. I want the money and the power. I want the money and the power. I want the money and the power.
Count up the money, count it again. You fuck me, my nigga, you know it's a chance you can die with your friend. Don't play with my paper. Ask Tony Montana. That be the reason them killers will come to your crib with the hammers. They hate that I'm ballin'. They hate that I'm winning. I need all you haters to see me the reason the foreign ain't and I'm bout it. Look what you started. I am the illest in case you forgot it. I may consider just send a deposit. Bitch, you remember I'm still in the Gotti. Boy, I woke up to a kush blunt, about 100 mil on my mind. If you ain't known to this same shit, then get the fuck off of my line, huh?